Hi, I'm Sarah.
And I'm David. Hi, guys. Let's talk about Big Brother 24. This is such a good episode.
This is such a good episode.
Sorry.
You guys, it's David's birthday.
It's my birthday, you guys. What are you doing to celebrate me today?
By being here. They're here to party
thank you
with
for
us.
coming to my birthday party.
We have a birthday party. We have an episode recap. Let's talk about it. But first, if you're new to this channel, please click subscribe and give this video a thumbs up.
And you can support us on Patreon at patreon.com/nerdtainment.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody. Birthday wishes.
Can
Thank you,
we
Linda.
get it together
I know.
for your birthday? Can we do it? We're making no promises.
Yeah, we were being silly right before we went live. And had a little bit of leftover, but we are leftovers.
Leftovers.
How about that?
Hey, leftover giggles.
Oh my goodness. Thank you guys for all these happy birthdays. My goodness, how overwhelming.
Right?
Thank you.
Give the love
Yes.
to our favorite Leo.
I mean, what a gift this episode was. Really, last night's and tonight's. Last night's truly was. It's been a while since we have seen a pivot like that in this game.
Right.
And it was the end of the episode. Like the fact that we didn't even get to the veto ceremony.
Mm-mm.
We didn't need to. It was the perfect little cliffhanger of the leftovers forming at the end of last night's episode.
Right.
And I was so proud of Joseph, really, because I felt like he was the one who was like, given the speech as they were solidifying that alliance, and he was like, Taylor, you are part of this alliance, you are not less than and everybody's like, yes, Joseph, yes, and I was like, I love this.
I do too. There is a discussion on who gets credit, but I feel like Joseph definitely needs credit and Kyle definitely needs credit, but they both deserve credit. And then obviously Turner is the one who we see today actually
Yep.
putting that nail in the coffin.
The only other thing I need to comment about from last night's episode, I just need to know how many times there's going to be a medical emergency regarding Jasmine.
Every single.
Just a rough tally.
Every single competition.
Sarah, they hooked her up.
That's all.
She passed out.
That's all. They just hooked her up. The thought of what was to come.
She's out. So fragile.
What?
She has no bones. Her joints just bend all over the place.
No, this.
And then
I'm sorry,
you lift her 5 inches off the ground and she's a limp rag.
Yes, she's like, I'm passing out. I'm gonna pass out.
What?
And
then she's staring
I've been
blankly into the
cleared
distance.
from the doctor.
Yeah.
But with my fear of heights, I'm not doing the accent justice. And my anxiety from passing out, I'm going to go ahead and just skip this.
I'm not competing.
Deep down, Turner's like, what?
Yeah.
What?
It ended up being one of the least exciting veto competitions in recent memory.
Yeah, well, when you take out one of the duos.
And Nicole's throwing it, so it was just like, okay.
I mean, is she throwing it or is she just being rude?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That's the question.
Anyway.
I honestly, the first time, I mean, we did make fun of the first time.
Oh.
But we're still going to be like, okay, fine, her ankle sprained.
Fine. That's,
But wait, now she's passing out.
Now you're passing out.
That's it, girl. A third time? No.
You're just not built for this.
We're done.
Yeah.
We will roast you every single time.
Truly.
If you give us one more incident.
That's it.
They haven't even gotten to the physical endurance comps.
Imagine.
They come later, honey.
Yeah.
But honestly,
she's not going to be able to compete.
Why ever get her out now? She cannot even be hooked up to a harness.
Hack it. Just carry her along.
Okay. Well, we didn't get to talk about the Wednesday episode, but I think we all can agree that was one of a kind.
Yeah. And the way they edited it with the last thought from Amira being like, this is the highlight of my summer, America. I'm loving Big Brother. And we all know what's about to come, It was so beautiful.
And they started it with a colorism conversation.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, it really makes you think once we get into the meat of some disgusting behavior. They really did a really, good job of the edit.
They did.
They can't give you everything.
No.
And we complain a lot about how like, well, you're not even seeing this. But they took their time. And I'm okay with not getting a veto meeting in a Wednesday episode if you're going to mindfully explain the situation.
That's right. Yeah. The whole thing with the lays, it was so much.
With the lays? Just stop it.
So
with the lays?
Innocently. She's like, what are you talking about? The lays?
With the lays? Really hard to watch, but I think we needed to have that out there in an episode.
We did.
And ultimately, this is leading us to some epic Big Brother.
Woo! I mean, we start with the veto tonight.
Yes.
The veto ceremony. I loved how Michael and Brittany, it was so choreographed. Stare at the wall together. And 3, 2, 1. Place the vetoes around your neck. Like, you could tell the producers were like cueing them for everything.
Together. You're looking at the wall together. Okay.
So good. But of course, they use the veto on themselves. And then Turner gets up there. Taylor doesn't see the speech coming.
No,
he is like taking a stand for her. She is openly crying. She's so emotional that he's like throwing her support.
Yeah.
And he's like, this house is ugly. This is a dog pile. I'm the youngest one here. Why am I chastising all of you?
Right.
Cut to Nicole.
That's a good point. Good point, little child Turner. Why is he the one scolding people who should know better? But he's like, done. It's not okay. We're done. Amira and Terrence have a seat. And they're like, wait,
what? Yeah. And there's a lot of confusion, you know, but Amira is like confused and also like, she says disappointed. I would frame it more as like annoyed at his speech because she feels like this has to do with her. And it does. But then it's like this whole, you know, circle of people who are guilty, and they're all like, who?
But who would it be?
Who did this?
Who could it be?
I mean,
now?
I've defended Taylor.
Oh, all week.
Yeah.
I've been defending her.
Wasn't me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I love like Nicole's stunned, right? And then they cut to Indy, and she's by herself in the bathroom sobbing while she's like scrubbing her hands with something. It's so funny.
They were all, I mean, we did talk about this on Monday, but like they just all were shook and they did not know how to process it. So there was a lot of just like, vibes around the house. Jay coming in with a birthday super chat.
Thank you very much for that. Yay. Appreciate you. Thank you. But Terrence, his reaction is like, Amira, I'm not in it. I want you to stay. I'm not campaigning against you. You are going to stay in this game. I'm going to go. And she's like, you mean it?
Yeah, she's like, thank you so much. He's like, I don't understand how I got on Big Brother. I applied for Survivor.
He's
something
like,
went wrong.
He's like, I thought this was Love Island.
I don't know what I'm doing here.
What is this?
So go ahead.
Yeah.
And she's like, great, thank you so much.
Yeah. And then the acting.
The acting around the whole house. Well, the leftovers.
Yeah.
Are just like, oh my God.
Who did?
Did you? I didn't.
Amira,
I would never. I had no idea. Oh my, of course.
I don't know what Turner's doing.
Look at you right into it with the vote thing. Yes.
Well, and it's like, it's this mix, right, of people who are acting, and then the people who are not acting, like Nicole and maybe Indy or something. They're all like, it doesn't make sense. Like, Turner clearly knows something. Like, he's doing this with the support of a certain number of people, but they're not. They're like missing.
They're missing
the puzzle pieces. They're not connecting things.
Because the acting is so good.
Yeah.
We've got Oscar actors. Yeah.
It reminded me. Do you remember that? Kristen Wiig and Maya Rudolph. They're like presenting at the Golden Globes or Oscars or something, and they do something, and then they go, "That was acting."
Yes.
Like that's what I'm imagining in this segment.
Yeah, they get back together and they're like, "That was acting."
Yeah.
Did you see what I said to them? That was acting. I love it. It's
so
been
good.
so entertaining all week because people just showed up for like, what?
Yeah.
I mean, how could Turner? I'm like, who would be in it? I had no idea.
Yeah.
Like all of it.
Right. It was amazing.
Love it.
The best part is it's Amira, Nicole, and Daniel in bed. Mm-hmm. And they're like, I mean, everybody's up right now, right? Like, where is everybody? And Amira's like, I'm going to go look. goes into the backyard. It's Taylor, Joseph.
It's the leftovers plus Terrence.
She comes back in and she goes, it's nothing. It's just the leftovers.
These random people. She says the leftovers. I mean, oh my God, you'd love it.
Whoever was manning the live feeds,
they were like,
they called the showrunner, like, we got it.
Who's the story producer right now? They said it. Paired with Daniel being like, they would never talk game.
Right. I know.
That random group. She's like, yeah, she's not leftovers.
Oh my God. It's so good.
Don't count out the leftovers.
Don't count them out. So then we're in the HOH, right? And Nicole's talking to Terrence.
Y'all.
And Nicole says,
this conversation, though, we have to set it up because this conversation was preceded by Nicole thinking she's the swing vote and making this entire week about her.
Of course.
It's down to her whether Terrence or Amira stays. It is all about her this week. And when she finally thinks that Terrence doesn't have the votes, she says, I have to be the one to break it to him. No, me.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Yeah.
It has to be me.
Everything is about her.
And then we get this conversation.
She's like, so it's you. And right. She's devastated, of course. And she's like, but because you're going, I want to clue you in on a little secret.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, oh, a secret. Okay.
Yeah.
And she's like, I've been a cop for 10 years.
What?
And he's not going. Terrence is going to stay.
Look, I'm already ruining my game this week. Let me double down and just throw it out the window completely. Let me reveal my secret to the person who's actually staying. Because I think he's going.
The confidence of these people. Like, first it's Pooch saying, put me in. Put me on the block. And then the veto's not used. Great. I'm still on the block. And then Nicole's like, put me up. Backdoor Taylor. I want to go on the block. And then that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
And she's like, things are still going to go my way.
Of course.
Let me reveal my truth to the man who will be here after the eviction.
Like, we complain about recruits. We're like, give us people who know the show. But then it's the people who don't know the show that give us gems like this.
It's true. Yeah.
And we're just like, what?
Wow. It is so fun to watch.
It is. Yeah. All right. Well, Nicole's game is in the garbage disposal.
Ooh, yeah.
And now, do we have votes?
Really quickly, right before we get to the speeches, we see that conversation between Amira and Nicole in the HOH room, where Amira's like, I'm going to blow it up if I get evicted. And you were like, blow up what?
I know. I was like, do it.
Everybody knows.
They all know. Thanks to Alyssa. You got no secrets. I'd love to see Amira like throw a torch as she went out, but I don't know what she could say.
Right.
They know it.
Yeah. All right. So we go to the speeches and the vote and all of that. So Amira, I was commenting to Sarah. I was like, she looks nice.
She looks somewhat nice, not like fancy on leaving.
Her hair's done. Nice. She has a nice outfit on. And she looked nervous at times.
Right. So we definitely were questioning, did something happen? Does she know? Is it a blind side, basically? Because she looked like she was worried.
And I certainly noticed that Terrence is like in a V-neck and tennis shoes.
He's soups cash.
So I'm like, okay, was something spoiled here? But no.
Oh,
we got an amazing blindside.
We did. All the votes went just as planned, you guys. Alyssa, she votes to evict Terrence. Indy votes to evict Terrence. Like, these are the girls don't know.
Yeah.
Monty is going to evict Mira as planned. You guys, Daniel did say he was going to give a sympathy vote.
And he followed through.
There was some discussion about this, but he got permission, which is just helping the messiness of Daniel.
Mm-hmm.
This does not look good for his game, especially when we're all
Yeah.
So that was expected as well. So leftovers plus Daniel.
Wow.
Vote to evict Amira.
Yeah, 7-4. Amira is evicted. It was just Alyssa, Indy, Nicole, and Jasmine who voted to evict Terrence. And she is stunned.
Oh,
Nicole is stunned.
The way production was ready for Nicole's face.
Zoom
they
in.
were like, boom.
Yeah. They were like, we want to close up on Nicole and we want to close up on Daniel.
Shocked.
Yeah. Can't believe it.
Juicy.
I want to know what Amira whispered to Jasmine.
I do. Hope Julie had asked that.
Yeah.
I got to write that down.
About that.
What did you ask?
Oh, because she's
live taking notes for interview. What did
Are you gonna get an exit interview this time?
Yes. Tell Jess. Wrote it down, guys. Wrote it down. Good question.
Good. So that was interesting. And then it's just like sort of like dead-eyed hugs to everybody else, but slow hugs.
Yeah. Oh, too slow.
She goes out the door. Nicole's like, see you on Amazing Race. I'm like, we won't. But
that's not how that works. Someone who goes out third is not taking on Amazing Race.
No.
That was another reason. Like, again, this was all about Nicole's swing vote this week, but her and Amira really wanted to do Amazing Race together, so she ended up keeping Amira. It didn't work out.
No.
It didn't work out.
It didn't. So Amira goes out. I thought she gave a decent interview to Julie. Yeah. I mean, Julie reveals the Leftovers alliance, and Amira's like really taking it in.
She's like, oh, yeah.
And she's like, okay, I'm not surprised at, Taylor, Michael, somebody else, but she's like
the typical outsiders.
Yeah,
she's not surprised about, but she's surprised about the people who were in post-pack.
Totally.
Is what she's surprised about.
Yeah.
She's like, we had an alliance. What happened?
Yeah, it failed. It fell apart. So, but, ultimately, I think it really is like, you were a threat. And that she sort of gets that in the goodbye messages. First of all, Taylor's goodbye message was so nice. And she's like, you're lovely. I love you. I just had to protect myself.
Yes.
And I can't wait to be your friend outside this house. And everybody else, like Turner on down, was like, you were a huge threat to win. And so we had to get you out. Like, you are so smart, so intelligent. It was all good stuff. And so she was like, I guess I'll take it. You know?
I mean, and that's basically what she said. Like, she's shocked, but knows that she's a bigger competitor than Terrence, which, hello, we can all say that.
Yeah.
Absolutely. At the end of the day, no matter who organized what, you sitting next to someone who's not really putting themselves into the game, you take the opportunity to get you out. So she gets it, even if she doesn't fully understand.
Yeah.
She did say, like, I felt like this was so easy. I was a little nervous. So I definitely want to ask her, then did it ever cross your mind, like, to do something about it?
Yeah.
Because she did say, like, I still have your vote, right? Like, she had those, like, moments of worry, but she never campaigned. She never offered deals. She never took that step to ensure that she would definitely stay. And if you have that in the back of your mind, like, why wouldn't you do that?
Yeah.
That's really what I want to know.
Yeah. But, Julie did love to rub that in. She was like, you said this game was easy.
You sure did.
And Amira's like, I did say that.
She's like, it did feel so, like, why is it going my way? It was not going your way.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
Yep. You weren't questioning enough things. But it is all respect in the goodbye messages. So Amira's gone.
Yeah.
And now we get to learn the fate of Terrence, right?
Right. Well, now we need to know what exactly is going to happen to all the festy besties who are sort of left behind.
The festy besties.
Does it have to be a Jasmine thing from now on?
Oh, by the way, Jasmine in the diary room. Hey, Julie, you look prettier in a rack of ribs. Here's another reason I think it's fake, you guys. Do you notice how every time I do the fake Jasmine accent, I shout?
Uh-huh.
She also shouts.
Yes.
When she does her accent,
she
is shouting.
Accent that she's put in. And I'm sorry, a rack of ribs is not attractive. Pretty. You might find them delicious, but in no way are you like, gorge.
Yeah.
So gorge.
It's like she Googled famous Southern sayings before she went on the season and like committed 50 of them to memory, and is using all of the worst ones. Like, I've never heard prettier than a rack of ribs.
No, that is 100% made up. But you know what? We got a blindside butter beans tonight, so we'll let it slide.
Yes. But anyway, sorry.
Big old helping.
Terrence, what is the fate of him now that, his bestie has been voted out of the game?
It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be, but it's not a secret power. like Nicole thought it was going to be. You just get to pair up with somebody else. Now it's a trio.
And you're all three on the block.
Festy trio.
Festy trio. Festy besties, plural.
Okay. Well, that's not going to work.
Yeah.
No.
But they will all three be on the block if they, get nominated, but they'll all three be safe if they win HOH.
Right. So Terrence is going to stand there and be like, what do I do?
Yeah.
Should I pair up with the two strongest dudes?
Yes.
Yes, you should.
Joseph
Terrence.
and Monty.
Actually, yes.
You are my besties.
That's not a bad idea. Now, they keep like a straight face, and I genuinely don't know how they're feeling.
Yeah.
Because I think they don't hate Terrence, but they're like,
Joseph was a little bit like,
now we have to protect you. Like, I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great. Yeah. Come over. I don't think he loved it. Oh, MD Mix.
Hey, thank you for the super sticker.
Thank you. But they are now a trio, and we go into the backyard for this HOH competition, which is red letters.
What
letters
is this?
Falling from the sky.
What is this?
But I'm going to tell y'all right now. Oh. My witch powers came out.
They did. David, stop with your witch powers.
And I said, really? Jasmine it's like a race, right? To find the letters with a red letter in it, with a red invitation to the HOH competition in it. A physical challenge. Jasmine's standing there on her scooter. The scooter's not even moving and it's squeaking somehow.
Yes, of course.
And we're thinking they're going to run all over the backyard, find these letters. And I go, Jasmine is going to win this.
I was like, I said... Okay, now part of this is true prediction, but it's also part of like, if I can jinx it, then it won't happen. So it was like, I said, true to Big Brother, Daniel will win this HOH. The person blindsided the most wins HOH, right? Yeah. And you go, and Jasmine. Yeah. And I was like, and then she's the first one. And
I was like, no. I wasn't kidding. I was putting a hex on Big Brother.
Literally. Everyone else is searching. And a red letter fell in her lap.
Into her, well, not her lap because she's on a scooter, but it was like just landed like a feather in the palm of her hand. And she just went, and the wax blew open and this red invitation floats out and she hops over. She's the first one on the platform.
I am at this point just like, oh my God, Taylor, leftovers, Taylor, leftovers. Get up there.
Now, luckily, the next two that we saw as the credits were rolling, we were like, somebody else find something.
Somebody.
So we knew that Terrence and Brittany also ultimately found a red invitation before the hour was up. But I don't know, is this one that's going to play out on the feeds and we're going to know who HOH is, or?
I'm not seeing the feeds back. If anyone in the chat knows for sure, but I'm not seeing any updates.
Yeah.
About the feeds being back. It seems like this is one that's going to have to finish up and after the West Coast airing, which is still a couple hours from now. They'll give us our feeds back.
Yeah.
Then we will know the HOH. But y'all,
Yep.
I'm very worried that Daniel's going to get this.
Yep.
If any of the leftovers get it, then more than likely Alyssa and Indy will be targeted. Obviously, Daniel and Nicole are targets, but Daniel's paired up with Kyle. Nicole is paired up with Taylor. Some of them want to be like, let's not put Taylor up again yet. Like, let's give her a beat.
Right.
Some people are like, we got to get Nicole out. Then other people are like, let's get Daniel out. And Nicole's like, Kyle's like, let's go home. It's scary. So the easiest route is Indy and Alyssa because both of those are like, whatever. If they go up, they go out. Who cares? But any of those people who are not leftovers, they're confused by this blind site. They do not know who the leftovers are. They do not know who put this in action. Amira really was sort of the glue and the head of the snake.
She was, yeah.
So there's going to be
scrambling.
Yeah, there's going to be scrambling and confusion. Nicole and Daniel are kind of on an island.
Yeah.
Because they made this week about them and their vote. And then Daniel does throw a sympathy vote. And then Terrence stays. It's going to be very confusing right now.
I'm interested in the Alyssa piece because she's with Kyle. And so how is Kyle going to explain things to Alyssa? And is he going to ultimately tell her? Like, I don't know how that's going to play out.
Kyle is a good liar.
Yeah, but they're going to figure it out. Like, they're going to figure out that Indy, Alyssa, Jasmine, and Nicole were the only 4 who voted to save Amira.
I mean, you would think.
Because Daniel's going to have to come clean that he threw a sympathy vote, being like, but I had no idea. It was just a sympathy vote.
Right, because Daniel's been loud about it these days. He's like, I want to throw a sympathy vote. So he's going to say it. And then the rest of them were planning on being like, no, I voted to keep Amira. And like blame it. It must have been Nicole. Nicole's lying about her vote. She's been saying all week how she wanted, when you throw out confusion, when people are confused and you're like, no, I swear I voted to keep Amira, there will be some confusion. And then maybe a couple people will be like, no, I thought it was safe to give Terrence a sympathy vote. Yeah. Like a couple people can do that as well.
Yeah.
They've been confused. The non-leftovers have been confused all week. So I think they're going to continue to be confused.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know. Terrence is the only one with kind of enough information.
Yeah.
Because people were like,
you're specifically Turner was like, you're good.
And then like, a Joseph would be like, I think you have the vote.
Yeah.
So like if he sat down and thought about all the people who were like, I think you have the votes.
Yeah.
Then he could put it together. But Indy can't put it together.
No.
Nicole and Daniel can't put it together.
No.
Jasmine?
Alyssa?
No. I don't think any of them can put it together, but they might, but that's my.
I just think Alyssa's most likely. Because of the Kyle thing.
Yeah. But Kyle doesn't give as much info to her as she's supposed.
Yeah.
So,
we'll see.
She's too busy being like, Kyle. She's like, I don't let
my
boyfriends
Mormon or not?
Have friends that are girls.
Yeah.
I'm so jealous. Like, I don't know. I miss you when you walk out of the room. Like, Kyle, come back. Did you know that they played hide and he needed to have game talks without her. So he said, let's play hide and seek. She hid and he did not go find her. He went to have game talks.
How he did it?
That's how their relationship works.
Okay. All right.
She's
Maybe
like,
she's
Kyle!
not. She's not going to figure it out.
She's like, I miss you.
Oh my God. She's like, Kyle, I was in the storage room
the
whole time.
It's hilarious. And he's like, yeah, cool. Okay, I was just talking to the HOH. Okay.
Oh, sorry. I was just talking about your blind side. Sorry about that.
He's like, I was just telling that information you just gave me. Yeah, I was just telling it to everybody else.
Oh my God.
Well, so I will be very interested. We will be back on Monday
to
talk about the Sunday night episode that will show us the HOH
and the noms.
And then we will have veto spoilers for you as well then.
Yes.
And tomorrow, I get to talk to Amira.
That is so fun. Your first exit interview. Well, I mean, yeah, it's going to happen. I don't want to say anything to jinx it.
I know.
You've just had a bad track record so far.
But they confirmed with me. They said it was happening.
Okay.
So we will see. But I know some of you were throwing out questions in the comments, but they've gone by very quickly. So please put them in a comment so that I can find them. If you have any questions that you want me to ask Amira, I only have 5 minutes with her, so it's going to be quick. But I definitely want to understand her strategy because I did feel like she was a good gamer.
Yeah.
She might have just came on too fast, too quickly.
Yeah. I think so. But that'll be an interesting interview just because I think she's like a very thoughtful person. Mm-hmm. And I think she's going to respect game,
Right.
So.
Even though she didn't really seem like she knew this game.
Yeah.
And she got outplayed.
Yeah, true.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
For her. But it will be interesting. This house has changed every single week. So even though we're loving the leftovers.
I know. Don't count on it lasting.
It could change.
Yeah.
We'll see if they actually stick together.
Yep.
You guys who are in the chat celebrating David's birthday with us, we love it. We appreciate you.
Yes. Thank you guys so much for all the birthday wishes. I really appreciate it. And if you are joining us later, feel free to leave me a birthday wish in the comments. But more importantly, we want to hear what you thought about the whole formation of the leftovers, Amira's blind side, and then who are you hoping will win HOH and plans for all of that.
That's right. Let us know your thoughts and we will see you next time.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.